Welcome, everyone, to the Magnum PI podcast. I'm Eve.
And I'm Liz.
Hello, hello, hello. We are in Season 2, Episode 2.
Yay! Applause.
Applause. We had a tiny little hiatus for several reasons. One of them being I didn't have time to do anything. The other being I was at a little retreat, and that was utter hell.
Yeah. Yeah, she was not happy.
I didn't have any time doing anything because for some reason I did spend my evenings, nights in the retreat, some of them at least, doing meetings for Save Magnum PI. Because I'm that idiot. I'm on vacation, but I'm still doing meetings.
No.
Very, very clever.
But for a worthy cause.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Things are happening behind the scenes at Save Magnum PI, and not just at Save Magnum PI.
News.
Lots of articles. And if you're watching YouTube, you are actually seeing one of the news that's personal news.
Yes.
Tattoos that are currently in full display. If you're not watching on YouTube and listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Ohana Forever and A Little Heart are now on my arms.
Yes.
And it's painful.
Yeah. Can only imagine.
I mean, it's just like scratches, but like large scratches.
Yep. I wouldn't know, because don't have any. Piercings, yes. Tattoos, no.
Multiple reasons for that. Let's not get into it. I'll get you to one.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see eventually. Eventually I'll give in.
I don't know about that.
Me neither, but I'll try.
I'm a freaking banker!
So?
I don't know, we'll see. There are a couple of people at the bank who have tattoos.
Here's the thing. You're a freaking banker, but that exactly means nothing because there's so many places where you can just wear clothing over. And nobody will know that you're tattooed.
True.
And then there's tattoos that even your family doesn't see. I am holding up my arm. Because there is a tiny little tattoo that you probably don't even see. That some family members, to this day, think are birthmarks.
I think it's because of where it is.
Yeah, and because of what it is.
Yeah.
It's literally 2 dots.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But let's get into the more exciting news. It is Friday, and I, for one, woke up in the middle of the bloody night. I have no idea why. Though I kind of do have a little bit of an idea why, 6th sense or something, because I woke up to friends and other people online sending me an article.
Yes. Yes. The article.
One of them.
I mean, this is like...
They were true at that time already.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah. But like the big news ones.
Yeah, the big news ones, and then there was the misleading one, the clickbait one.
I do know what you speak of.
Yeah, the big news ones was in Deadline, right?
Yeah, Deadline was the first one to report it.
Yeah, the big news are the following. NBC is looking to place us at NBC and USA Not Today Network.
Yeah, just USA Network.
Which is under the same parent company, so that's very, very fucking likely to happen.
Yeah. So that's very, very good news.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. It is, like I said, all day. It is the sign that the scales are actually slightly tipped in our favor at this point.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they're gonna flip entirely, but currently it looks good.
Yeah, it does. And the second piece of news is that the options for the cast expire on June 30th.
That means exactly nothing.
Well, I mean, it means that they're probably going to try a little bit harder to come to a deal before that, so they wouldn't have to renegotiate and everything. After the fact. So it's giving us a little bit more of a timeline.
A first timeline.
I mean,
okay. Look at the cast. Look at the cast. Like, really? Look at what the cast has been doing on social media in the last few days, minus the two leads. I completely understand why Jay doesn't post about that. I completely bloody understand after everything that happened. Fully understand the guy. But we have very optimistic voices from Zach Knighton, we have hope from Amy Hill, and we have very optimistic voices, tweets from Stephen Hill.
Yes.
How long did it take me to get to tweets? I've been tweeting all day and I forgot that word just now. Holy hell! That's been something. Tweet. That's the word that I've been doing all day, essentially. Yes. Even though I wasn't supposed to be on my phone. I'm sorry, work. I'm working, or I'm actually doing something at work, but it's not my fault that you don't have much work for me to do, so I can do Magnum PI stuff. Literally not my fault.
I wish I had time at work. It's not a thing.
So, as what I've been saying just now about the options is it's completely meaningless. It's not completely meaningless, but it doesn't mean as much as it sounds, because options can be prolonged, there can be new options, and with a cast that much on board, I would be surprised if that's just a non-issue, because they let themselves be optioned for longer.
Yeah, but it's still something to consider, right? Considering the show is currently canceled, like, if NBC is going to drag their feet about it.
CBS.
Or CBS.
Currently the roadblock looks to be CBS.
Yeah, so then, who knows, right?
Yeah, but for a show that has been cancelled for 3 weeks, to be in these stages
is good.
And some articles, and there's a plethora of them right now. Some articles report that we're in final negotiations.
Yeah.
So, with negotiations about the new home being that far, if they're correct, because we cannot corroborate that, there's no reason for us to really worry about that timeline yet, because we've got 4 more weeks. Like, it's the beginning of June, there's like another 4 weeks, and then the negotiations will progress or not.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think the only way that the limit on the option is going to become an issue for us is if negotiations just look towards failing. Because if they fail, if chances are not looking in our favor, I wouldn't go for an option. No, unless I'm a very, very hopeful and optimistic person. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, so, let's see where we go from there.
But, as I just pointed out, with negotiations apparently being in the final throes, according to these articles at least, it's not looking too bad. Let's just say that. It's not looking too bad. It is Friday. This podcast will come out on Sunday, so I do fully expect more stuff to happen in between now and Sunday.
Definitely.
Hey, maybe we'll have a new home by Sunday.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing?
This sounds pretty much impossible given the fact that there is actually a weekend.
Yeah, and We don't know if they're negotiated on the weekend or not.
We're talking about managerial level, so
Who knows?
likely not. Unless there's really bloody a lot of money involved, which we assume, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm currently optimistic.
I'm cautiously optimistic, but yeah.
No, I'm not. There's nothing cautious about me at the moment. I'm way too tired to be cautious. I am all in because I have a life right now. I have no life right now, as highlighted by what I did just before recording. Oh my goodness. I was watching a movie. I was actually watching 2 movies with Ria while tweeting, and my favorite character came on. It was the Fantastic Beasts movies. My favorite character came on, and I cheer Magnum! Not Magnum. It's definitely not Magnum. Everybody who's seen these movies knows that there is no Magnum in these movies. I'm fully convinced. Magnum! Still not Magnum. I was thinking favorite character. Magnum. I mean, it's Siggy and Magnum at the same time, but it was a male character.
Yep.
If it had been a female character, if I had a favorite female character in these movies, might have said Higgy. At this point.
Yep.
The amount of times I'm actually closing text with #Save Magnum PI is ridiculous at this point. I finished a work email with that.
Did you really? Oh man.
That was no fun. That was really no fun. Because I once I realized that, I just stared at the screen for like 5 minutes straight. Like, I am not functioning anymore. I need sleep badly. I said and made myself another coffee.
Smart.
I mean, yeah. What else am I supposed to do? I can't sleep at work. Someone will rat me out. I'm in the managerial building right now. They're not loyal there. They're really it's. I used to be like with the engineers. They're loyal. If you take like 5 minutes longer at the coffee machine to talk to someone, nobody cares. But in the administrative managerial building, oh boy,
they care.
Oh boy, no, they don't. They just care to look better by ratting you out. They don't give a shit what you do, but they
anything to make themselves look better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much. Very, very much. And it's hate it.
Grossness.
Yeah. What else do we have? We have very encouraging tweets. Zach Knighton has completely baffled me. Not A, by the amount of tweets that he gives us, and B, by a quote that I have no idea. I had to Google this.
Oh, you'd never seen the Goonies?
Even if I had, I would have seen it in German.
Fair enough.
So, like, there's literally no chance I would have known that.
Classic.
Quote. Yeah. Yeah, even if I had, I would have seen it in German because I was tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, tiny me has seen the original Magnum PI in German. Maybe that's why I'm afraid of Tom Selleck. I mean, I still, to this day, absolutely abhor Jerry Hernandez's dubbing. Listen, I told you that.
Yeah,
beginning of season 3. Watched it just to see how Jay Ali would be dubbed, and I just my jaw hit the floor because he legitimately was the only one that sounded like a grown-up.
Yep.
Everybody else sounds like an anime character.
It's messed up.
Mainly because everyone else has voiced an anime character that I've seen.
Fair.
Yeah. Maybe if I hadn't seen these animes, I would think differently, but yeah. tiny, prickly head comic
Yeah, no.
versus and Magnum do not mix.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oi, oi, oi.
Hmm.
Wanna talk about what else is going on?
Which part?
So, what between? I don't know if it's between. Yeah, it should be between. Between these two episodes, some, I want to say, poor person at the NBC headquarters has received 3 boxes.
Yes.
3 boxes, everyone. If they had opened that, I mean, they have to have opened that. When they opened that, given the fact that what was inside there was crammed to capacity, it would have spilled over and caused a little bit of a mess. Like, very overspilling aloha, aka Lays. We sent over 1,000 Lays in one package to NBC.
Yep.
Directly addressed to the CEO, by the way.
Nice.
Don't think he opened it, but yeah, it was addressed to the CEO. Every box, by the way, contained a letter that listed why they should pick up Magnum PI. Cold, hard facts. 7.4 million viewers and the likes of that.
All those good things.
Still baffling me that you have 7.4 million domestic viewers with, I don't even know the number of international viewers, but if you look at Twitter, it's pretty hard to find a US fan because everybody else is just international of various places of origin.
Yep.
So, like, I just assume if it's so hard to find the US fans in this tiny, it's not tiny, but compared to millions of viewers, in this tiny representation of the entire fandom,
yeah,
and we far exceed 7.4 million viewers.
Oh yeah, we do.
Something else that makes me believe that is the fact that in an interview, Jay Hernandez has actually referred to it has a huge viewership internationally. So I do assume he has the numbers, and I do assume he knows that it's a lot.
I believe it.
How did we get to international viewers though? Oh yeah, the letters.
The letters.
It's late.
For her, it's very late.
It's the second attempt, by the way. It's the second attempt this week to record the podcast. And it's probably time to admit our failure. Last podcast, I have done the one thing that I've always bloody avoided because I assumed if I ever do this, it's gonna backfire. But I was so cocky because we had 2 guests with a yes. You hear it, you see it, depending on where you're watching, listening, we're alone. Because both didn't happen.
Yep.
One of them actually had us in a call for about an hour waiting. With nothing happening.
With nothing happening, yeah.
The other one actually didn't fall through. It was postponed because that person is currently not in the country.
Right. So there's still a chance for that one, but we'll see.
That one's definitely going to happen eventually. Like, I'm not even going to be bold about that, because I'm dead sure it's going to happen.
So.
Dead sure it's going to happen.
I hope so on that one.
With the other one, I think it's still going to happen. It's just a little bit trickier to actually find a time where everybody is available.
Yeah.
Which bit us in the ass that day.
Yeah. So
yeah, usually we're not announcing our guests. This time, cocky as I was because we had 2 lined up. It backfired up because apparently 2 is not enough. And what more behind the scenes is happening? There might be something going on very soon in a very large city.
Mm.
And if you're following us on social media, you might already have seen the tiny little word that starts with a B. Yeah. More social media. And if you happen to be in New York next week, please, 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 please contact Magnum PI Podcast, our social media that's managed by me, because you're going to be talking to me. And tell us when you're going to be there, because we might be able to direct you to the place. And maybe you'll be so nice and take pictures and post it.
Yeah. So let us know.
Let us know. Let us know. We want to see it. I'm actually really nervous about that, but hey. Okay. Moving on. We had something planned. I feel like I'm monologuing this thing very hard.
I don't know.
You're just letting it happen because
I'm
shutting me up is useless.
I'm work drained at the moment.
I thought I was the tired one.
Yeah, no, I've been looking at the same thing for too long, so I'm like.
So, I've posted that. It's Friday. Again, it's Friday. I posted something yesterday. And since everybody wants signs, and there's tons of signs, we figured, hey, why not ask some weird stuff? For some people, at least weird stuff. What they think. Yeah. Do you want to start?
Okay. So, we have the Magic 8 Ball, where you basically ask it a yes or no question, and then you shake it, and it gives you an answer at the bottom here. Bearing in mind I've had this since I was like 8, so it's kind of a little messed up on the bottom, so we'll just ask it if Magnum PI will be saved. I'm shaking it, and it says, you may rely on it. Yay! I can't really hold it up to the camera. I'm going to try and tilt it without it, see, because it kind of flies back. But it said, you may rely on it.
Yeah, there's also a shadow over it.
Yeah, and it's also very broken. Like, you can't really see it. So, sorry, but it did say you may rely on it.
You heard it here first. Her Magic 8 Ball says you may rely on it. My modus operandi for this one is a little bit different. So, we just had the purest game of chance. This one there's no chance involved in this one. Let me just turn down my light for a little bit of ambience. Turn down this for a little bit of transparency. Because I have this magical little tool.
I think we need to tilt the computer just a little bit more for those people on YouTube. You can't really see.
Even more.
There you go.
There we go.
And maybe push it a little bit more towards you because I can't actually see the thingy. All I see is the
You don't have to see the thingy. The thingy is this. I can hold the thingy up.
There we go.
The thing here, this is not a game of chance. People will tell you it's a game of chance. It's not. I'm talking to you first. It's not a game of chance. Shall I do the science behind it first? Disillusion everyone first? Or after? After. Let's go for after. So, question number 1 is obviously, I do have to turn the light back on. Question number 1 is obviously, will Magnum PI be saved? Let's ask the pendulum. And I've got to still it first. So, if it goes towards me, it's a yes. If it goes to the side, it's a no. So, will Magnum PI be saved? Do you see it?
No, can't see it. Can't see the end of it. Ah.
I can see it. I can see it. Let me tilt it a little bit. I can see that I just moved my hand. But up until now, and again, moving towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Solid, yes. Next question, and this is the part where it gets a little bit tricky. Next question is, when? We have this little thing. It's basically just a pizza. Rectangular pizza with different slides labeled differently. We have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Number 1 is in less than a week. Number 2 is in 2 weeks. And number 3 in 3 weeks. And number 4 in over 4 weeks. So this time I have to align it because we have to I'm tilting first. We actually have to see where it's going. So when will Magnum PI be saved? I have to actually steal this thing. When will Magnum PI be saved? Oh. Oh! Okay. Okay. Do you see it?
Wiggling back and forth.
Between the 2 and the 2.
Between the 2 and the 2.
It's in 2 weeks. So yesterday, it was in 3 weeks. Now it's in 2.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that means that we might actually get news on a Thursday.
Could be.
So about all of that, let me sadly disillusion you.
Yes.
No, I did not actively move my hand. However, that doesn't mean that I didn't subconsciously influence it. And this is exactly what a pendulum does. It answers your questions. It answers your question with what your subconsciousness thinks. So if you want to know if you should do something, definitely ask the pendulum because your subconsciousness usually knows better. This is what my subconsciousness thinks. This is me. This is what I'm thinking. Yes, Magnum PI will be saved, and yes, apparently between 2 and 3 weeks. Apparently, my subconsciousness has been influenced by these articles and moved the saving up a week.
Apparently.
So that is all the trick. However, let's change the fact a little bit up. There is a strong belief in fate in a lot of people, especially in Hawaii, and the supernatural. So while scientifically, I obviously influenced subconsciously, works, by the way, by tiny, uncontrollable movements of my hand that I can literally not control consciously, but my subconscious can. I mean, I could obviously control it if I wanted to, but didn't want to. That's why I still did. So maybe if you believe in the supernatural, obviously, I had been given this information into my subconsciousness by whatever supernatural force I was asking. Scientifically, that was my subconsciousness telling me.
So there we have it, the 8 ball and the pendulum.
Chance and subconsciousness, both say yes.
Yep. So there you go.
Articles also say yes, because there was literally an article that says Magnum PI has been saved. That is the one that I kind of got a little pissed over.
Yeah, me too.
Because, yes, it looks very much like it right now, but
nothing is confirmed.
Let's not drop the gun until it's actually confirmed.
Nothing is confirmed yet.
The worst part about it is, if you look at the article, you know that the title was utter clickbait.
Yep. Absolutely.
They just wanted you to look at the article, because if you read the article, you know that it is literally just a rewarmed version of the Deadline article.
Yep.
No new information. Nothing.
None.
So here we have it.
Yeah.
I think we're actually let's wrap it up with half an hour, I think.
Yeah, I think so, and then we'll save our little other piece for another time.
Yeah, we had a whole other piece prepared.
Yeah, we'll do it when it's not almost 1 a.m. for her.
I mean, we've had worse recording times, let's be real.
Let's be real.
When the show's coming back,
and I'm not.
These will happen again.
Yes,
These horrible recording times will be back.
And we will definitely, no matter what time of day it is, I feel like we're gonna do a live when the news hits.
Maybe we're gonna do live. Maybe we're gonna do something else. I don't know yet. I cannot tell you what's gonna happen. But yeah, a live looks really good.
Mm-hmm. It would be very nice.
I mean, I'm not betting on anything right now, but
because we still don't. There's too many unknowns.
There is a lot of unknowns. Oh, by the way, another thing happened. I am obsessed with a podcast right now. Red-handed, absolutely amazing. It's also one of the reasons why I'm currently slightly more British than usual. Because I'm like binging 8 hours a day of Red-handed. Murder. It's a true crime podcast. It's very much about murder and the science behind murder. However, there's a lot of episodes where the police just mishandle shit, and I'm just half of the time sitting here like going, oh, Magnum and Higgins would do this so much better. Yeah. Higgins would actually search the house and not just be like, oh yeah, you're our informant, nothing to find here. You certainly didn't hide bodies in your house. Why would you? Had they done that, they would have found them, but hey. And it's at times absolutely infuriating, but also reminds me that, can we please have that show back so we can actually see what good policing is, even though they're not police officers?
Yeah, please.
Because they're actually fighting for the victim, no matter what. Yeah. And there's not a lot of that going on that podcast, or at least not yet I've seen. Because some police forces are utterly useless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of them were pretty far back, so yeah,
truth.
Yeah. Well, essentially, we just want Magnum PI back.
Please.
Please.
Listen, please.
7.4 million viewers domestically. Both of us are international viewers, and what other show in this world has 2 random fans? Start a random ass free podcast.
True.
Hey, if that's not dedication, what is?
Then what is?
And we had fans on here.
Yeah.
And we even had actors on here.
We did, yeah. And we hope to have more. Excuse me.
Bless you. Shout out to Sean Garnett, by the way, who likes menu tattoos.
Cool.
And I do believe we'll have new actors. More actors. Maybe new actors too. Who knows? Season 5 might bring news.
Who knows?
I mean, according to your Magic 8-Ball and my pendulum, aka consciousness, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Maybe it was a supernatural force giving me that information and being like, hey, yesterday was 3 weeks, now it's 2 weeks, so obviously we're getting in.
We're getting somewhere.
Thursday!
Yeah.
If that happens, I'm just gonna scream, and you'll all hear it.
And if it's like 3 weeks from now on a Thursday, I'll cry. Like, I will legit.
It's my birthday!
It's my birthday!
It's my birthday! Ria's too, by the way. You guys, birthday twins.
So, it'd be the best birthday present ever.
You're not getting another one. If that happens, I'm not giving you anything. Even though I already have one. I'm keeping it for Christmas in that case. Got one already, but like if you get Magnum PI, I can't beat that. I'm not trying that.
It would be pretty epic.
Oh my god. In that case, there will be a lie. And she'll probably cry.
And the best part is I get to work half a day on my birthday. So
Yay!
if it happens, we can actually
on your birthday to begin with.
Cause it's
Just take
not.
it off.
I know. I can't though, cause like training and credit files.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And the worst part about that is the likeliness of these news coming out when you're at work.
Oh! Don't even go there. Watch me be in a fucking appointment like I was when the last news hit.
Oh, that was still. I'm not getting over that.
That was
Julie,
fucking
shout out to
horrible.
Julie and I just exchanged devastating text messages, and I was like, by the way, let's remember that Liz is at work, and she probably didn't see that, and Liz literally came back to
My phone blowing up.
mayhem, absolute mayhem.
Absolute fucking mayhem.
Like there was a lot, and I gotta be real. There's still this feeling of a looming tsunami of feelings, because I have not stopped since the cancellation. Like I've had the night, and I cried, and it has not sunk in. I had no chance to really feel these feelings, and they're just like waiting behind me in a giant ass tsunami, ready to crush me. So even if we're coming back, oh boy, I'm scared.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a trip.
Yeah, you're gonna have me cry.
Yeah,
No matter what, I'm gonna cry. I know that because,
it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe if we're lucky, we'll be on live. I mean, maybe we'll actually start a live and it happens while we're on the live.
Yeah. I think if that were to happen, I would be like, as long as I wasn't with a client, I'd be like, "Okay, I'm taking a break. Peace out.
Peace
Bye."
out. I'm going.
Yeah, peace out. I'm taking a break. Bye.
Yeah. Actually, if there is any chance of doing a live right after I work, who needs that? I'm like, boss, I need off. Bye.
Yeah, I wish I could do that, but
I can. That's the best part. I actually can.
I can't
Because I've got like 80 hours over hour. I literally could be like, yeah, I'm not coming back for 2 weeks. And not use any of my vacation time for it because
I
work too much.
Yeah, I don't have that option, unfortunately.
Yeah, you over the pond working conditions are slightly different than here. And
yeah.
You know what? Here's another thing. We're just drifting off. We tried to say goodbye, but we haven't. So just deal with it. Just run with it. You know what I dreamt of the other day?
What?
I dreamt of all of the Magnum PI fans meeting up at Disneyland
That would be awesome.
to celebrate being saved.
That'd be awesome. Oh my god.
Of course, it was not just the fans, but hey.
Yeah, of course not.
But like Disneyland. Why Disneyland? Why?
I don't know. Why Disney?
Yeah, why Paris?
Why Disney?
Why Paris of all places? Oh my god. That reminds me of the absolute weirdest shit happening on Twitter. Bless it, I love you guys, you're awesome, but I'm really fucking scared. Some French fans reply to me in French. And I understand it! And I'm concerned. I'm genuinely concerned. Because mainly, okay, to explain to you guys, I started learning French in like first class, stopped learning French, because I don't like it. I don't like learning French. Then I had the decision between French and Latin. Pick Latin.
Oh god.
And then I picked French because I was that idiotic. Anyway, I dropped French as soon as I could and switched to science. But like, yeah, I tried learning French twice, and apparently more than I expected stuck. Because it's not the first time that people talk to me in French. Like,
Yeah.
and I understand it. There was literally a fire alarm in my apartment in France, in Paris, and the fire brigade came up and was like, yeah, talking to me in French and asking me all of this shit. And anglais, s'il vous plaît? Even though I understood them, but like I cannot answer you in French. But I know what you're saying. It's funny.
Yeah, no comment because I do speak French. So
I mean, you live in the French
province
of Canada, so
I do
would expect that.
I do.
Funny thing, I love French people sometimes, aka I hate them, especially in Paris, because some people who moments earlier speak perfect English suddenly, all of a sudden, forget how to speak English once they realize that you have a problem and you expect them to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
I started out kind. I'm like, hey, I purchased this ticket to Versailles and it's not letting me in. Why is that? Please help me. I had everything. I got the credit, I got the proof, and by now I actually know what happened, because in the next station they actually told me. Ticket was technically valid. I just made a mistake. Genuine fucking mistake. I accidentally exited something that I shouldn't have exited. Didn't know that. All the guy would have had to do was look at my ticket, realize that I was just being a dumb idiot, and let me back in. Because I was literally next to the gate when I asked that. Yeah. Serves me right for going to the toilet, right? Yeah, and the guy was just like, purchase another ticket. Valid ticket that said I wanted to go to Versailles. And suddenly, like 2 exchanges in, he stopped speaking English. And it was so obvious. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, I don't understand this word. No English anymore. Nothing. Not a single attempt at English.
Yeah.
I get it if there's like an actual barrier where you don't understand words and you're still trying to communicate with me. That guy completely blocked me suddenly. Like, I don't want to help you.
Didn't care.
Purchase more. Give us more money. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he didn't care.
And I started, no, s'il vous plaît, please help me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he did not expect what would happen next. No, I didn't go full Karen. I didn't scream at the guy. I just didn't stop. And I kept telling him my problem. And I kept asking him to help me. And if he couldn't help me, please get me someone who can help me. Because tickets to Versailles, like, I was just trying to get to Versailles. I had tickets to the castle. Wait, no, I had tickets to the convention that was in the castle. They're not cheap.
No.
And purchasing them double.
Yeah, hell no.
For a stupid ass mistake because I had to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
So eventually I just talked so long he just let me back in. The problem persisted at the other station because they actually had to leave the area and had to get into another one where the ticket once again isn't valid. Why that is completely beyond me because it makes absolutely no sense. But they were actually aware of that problem.
Of course they
There, the guy actually had vocabulary problems. Not the problem, because you're waving your hands and you get the message across and you're peachy.
Yeah.
And they actually told me that, yeah, I shouldn't have left it, but he should have let me back in.
Yeah.
Like, literally 10 minutes telling that guy that I made a mistake, I'm not going to purchase another €20 ticket because I had to go to the toilet.
Yeah, no, forget that.
Yeah.
Forget that.
I was literally about to be like, nope, going back to the apartment, not going to Versailles, fuck that all. By the way, same. I'm monologuing, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not. Same ride, a little bit closer to Versailles. I suddenly notice that my handbag is moving by itself. Turn around, slap the idiot that tries to get something out of my handbag. Yeah. They didn't expect that I would notice it. They also didn't expect it to be empty.
Haha, smart.
I had my money and my phone in my pockets.
Yeah.
The only thing that was in my handbag was a sandwich. Because Versailles is expensive, okay? Food there is expensive. I brought a sandwich.
Smart.
Dude, if you're hungry, take my sandwich. I don't care. But don't expect me
to not
slap you.
Yeah.
When you're trying to steal from me. And it was like literally my first reaction. I ding and didn't even think about it.
Just did it.
It wasn't hard. It wasn't across the face. It was the shoulder. But like first reaction, you're stealing from me? What the fuck, bitch? Didn't even think it through. Normally, solid flight response. This time, like I was so riled up. Bam.
Fuck you, asshole.
He did apologize. I'm like, why are you apologizing? You just tried to steal from me. What the fuck?
Oh,
You're only apologizing because you got caught.
Yeah, basically. Ay.
And it's like the only place. Paris is literally the only place where people try to rob me. And not just once. It happens so often. Like, what do you expect that I don't notice my bloody handbag moving?
Yeah, really.
Why do you guys think my stuff is in my pockets? It's not in Germany. It's not in my pockets.
No, here.
Depending on the city, it is in a pocket, in the pocket, in the pocket. Like within the handbag. Zipper, zipper, zipper. So I definitely feel it.
Yeah.
In Paris, there's sandwiches in there. Water bottles. Or maybe, female hygiene products. Certainly not anything valuable. Smart. One time there was actually a collectible doll in there. That one would have been painful, but I don't think anybody sees any value in a collectible doll. Unless you're actually aware of what it is.
Yeah, probably not.
Limited edition. Woohoo.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got a few limited editions running around here. And I shocked one or two cars because I asked them to remove the packaging. But it loses value. Yeah, cool, I'm not planning on selling it.
I don't care.
Literally plan on owning it, not selling it. Okay, that being said, Magnum PI is going to be saved. My subconsciousness says so, and her 8-ball says that. And I'm going to say, Magic 8-ball doesn't lie because it doesn't know what it's saying.
Truth.
So,
who knows?
Trust us. Some weird shit says so. Some weird girls say so. I think that entitles us.
That does. Definitely.
No, but really, there is so much going on that looks very hopeful. And I choose to hope right now because I'm tired of not hoping. I'm tired of going on stop. Listen, it's been 3 weeks. I'm tired. I'm really fucking tired. Yeah. I want to hope.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So there we go.
My subconsciousness is right. 2 or 3 weeks.
Hopefully.
Magic 8-ball is right, not hopefully, but you may rely on it.
Good point.
You may rely on it.
You may rely on it.
Yeah. And don't worry too much about contracts, aside from, us having to have CBS. Wait, I got stuck. Richard got stuck. Ah! No! Ah! My goodness. Aside from CBS having to solve some issues, but CBS likes money, so I don't see the issue there. To be quite frankly, money is to be had for CBS, so hey.
There you have it.
And yeah, actor contracts are not essential. I don't see much of a problem. Plenty of time. Literally still plenty of time, given that everything is supporting, like, things are moving fast. And B, everybody seems to love the show, even the actors, so I don't expect them to walk away that easily if everything's looking this good.
Fair.
So, can't wait for the next episode of this podcast. Let's see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see how many articles have been slapped in our face next time that we have to deal with.
Yeah. Oof.
Next time when we record that article, the chances of the B word having been up in NYC are really high.
Mm-hmm.
Really high. So, looking forward to that with all the nervous energy that I possess. And given that I'm currently living on coffee, and coffee.
Yes, she is.
Listen, I can now firmly distinguish the difference between French coffee and the other two brands that I have here. That really fucking, there's a, day and night. The French coffee kicks really hard, which is good. Living on the French coffee.
Nice.
Okay. Anything more to say, Liz?
Not that I can think of.
So, are we managing to finally shut me up? We should probably call this Eve is just not stopping. Just talking and talking. Send help. Bye, everyone. This was this podcast where I never stop. See you next time.
Bye.